Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Maths with Lazy Bee. In this video, we'll be discussing average speed. So this is not going to be a numerically oriented video. We will not learn to solve the problems related to this topic. We will just discuss the meaning of average speed. What do you understand? What do you feel when you think of this average speed? So we will just be knowing the essence of this in this video. So when you are asked about average speed, what do you understand? So first of all, the formula comes to the mind that it is total distance upon total time. Okay, but this formula is not enough to explain what this particular speed is actually doing for you. So this formula is not justifying anything right now. Okay, so if you feel that average speed means has something to do with the sum of the different speeds divided by the number of speeds, then it is a very wrong idea. Because I have seen some people, when I talk about average speed, for example, if I'm asking you what is average speed, so people say that calculating the average speed means taking a finite number of speed readings from your speedometer, adding these together and dividing them by the total number of readings, you get the average speed. But it is a very wrong idea. This is not average speed. What I did just now is arithmetic mean. So before understanding the real meaning of average speed, just focus on the only on the word average. Okay, so what is average? So understanding the definition of average first, a single representative value that summarizes a set of numerical data. So you must have calculated mean, median, and mode for a specified data in your statistics course, maybe in 10th or 11th. In some class, you must have calculated median, mode, and mean as well. So these are nothing but the class of average. Average is not a single formula. It has a complete family. It gives a single number to the data. For example, if you have 10 data points, then if I want a single number that is actually able to summarize what the data is saying, then this is average. And different data types have different types of averages. You can't calculate mean for all the data types. You will end up getting wrong information. So you can't use the same arithmetic mean for everything. You can't use median for all the data. No, it depends on the data. So for different data types, you have different types of average. So highlighting the definition again, a single representative value that summarizes a set of numerical data, and there are many types of average. Some of them are listed here in front of you: arithmetic mean, harmonic mean, geometric mean, median, mode, weighted arithmetic mean. Weighted arithmetic mean, in this, what we do, we have some data points, but every data point doesn't hold this equal importance. So to calculate mean in that case, we use this weighted arithmetic mean, and we will be seeing this ahead in the video. And we have weighted harmonic mean. You can search for them on Google. You will get all the information, and there are many more. The types of average is not limited to only these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things, 7, 8 types. There are many more because you have various types of data, and when you have to analyze these data, you need different methods. So for these different methods, mathematicians have devised their own particular terms: arithmetic mean, harmonic mean, and so on. So this is what average means: a single representative value that summarizes a set of numerical data. You have a data and you want to know what the data is actually saying. You want an exact number. We will be seeing the example also. So this is known as average. Okay, and it has various types. So if someone says you that you're calculating, people usually confuse mean and average. These are different things. Even mean is a type of average. Okay, average has a complete family. It is not a single formula. Okay, so I think this much is clear. Now, coming back to the average speed. The formula is total distance upon total time. But since the word average is coming in this also, average speed that means it has a link with average also. It has something to do with the word average. So now we'll be looking at it. Consider an example. You have a speed of, you're going somewhere and you have a speed of 20 kilometer per hour for 20 minutes. For example, if you are going from A to C and in between you have B. So for AB, for the distance AB, you have this. And this is again an average speed because you can't maintain a constant speed. We'll be discussing this topic also. But for now, just believe me that you have a speed of 20 km per hour for 20 minutes. Although this is not possible maintaining a constant speed in real life, this is also an average speed. But okay, right now just understand that you for 20 minutes you are able to maintain 20 km per hour. Okay, and this is for the journey AB, for traveling the distance AB. Now, for traveling the distance BC, you have a speed of 60 km per hour for 40 minutes. For 40 minutes. Okay. Now, we have to calculate our average speed. So, but you need to know the distance for that total distance. You know the total time, 20 plus 40, 60 minutes. That means you have traveled for 1 hour. But how much distance have you traveled so far? You want that also to substitute in the formula of average speed, because you want total distance upon total time. You have the total time. You have 1 hour. 20 plus 40 minutes equals to 60 minutes. That is 1 hour. But you don't have the total distance right now. So you need to calculate it to calculate your average speed. So we will be calculating total distance now. So when you are saying that you had a speed of 20 km per hour, what does this mean? That means in 1 hour, you can travel 20 kilometers. But since you traveled only for 20 minutes with this speed, that means you travel a distance of 20 into 20 by, because this is 60 minutes and you need to, so you travel a distance of 20 to 20 by 60. This is nothing but 40 by 60 kilometers. Okay, this is for the part A. So in 1 hour, if you are capable of traveling 20 kilometers with this speed means 20 kilometers per hour means that in 1 hour you have traveled 20 kilometers. Although maintaining a constant speed for 20 minutes is never possible. But for now, just assume. Okay, to see how are we getting the formula. Right now, we are talking about the formula of average speed. The essence, or what does it actually mean, that will come in the later part of the video. Okay, so AB, the distance AB is 40 by 6 kilometers. Fine. This part is traveled in 20 minutes with this speed. So 60 minutes gives 20 kilometers. So in 20 minutes he has traveled, or you have traveled 40 by 6 kilometers. Okay. Now what about the journey BC? So for journey BC you travel for 40 minutes with the speed of 60 km per hour. That means in 60 minutes, you could have traveled 60 kilometers with this speed. But you just travel for 40 minutes. So how, this is basic unitary method, ratio, proportion, whatever it is. but basic fractions that you learned in very junior classes. So this is 60 into 40 by 60. This gets cancelled, and that means you have traveled 40 kilometers. So the BC journey is 40 kilometers. Okay, so the total distance traveled is AB plus BC, which is 40 by 6 plus 40 kilometers. So total distance equals to 40 by 60 plus 40 upon total time. What is the total time? Equals to 20 plus 40. But it should not be 20 plus 40 because we are taking everything in hours. So this is 20 by 60 upon plus 40 by 60. So this is hour. So this is the time. So of course, you'll be getting 1 hour. Now, how to calculate average speed? Simple. Total distance. Average speed is given by total distance upon total time. So you just have to substitute in this formula. You get 40 by 60 plus 40 and 20 by 60. The reason that I am still writing in this expanded form is that I don't have to calculate average speed. I am trying to show you something else. Okay. This was the total distance, right? But how did we get this one? So it was that for 20 minutes I had traveled with a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. And so how did I get this? 20 kilometers into 20 by 60. This is how I was getting 40 by 6. How was I getting 40? Because I had traveled with a speed of 60 kilometers per hour for 40 minutes. So converting this into hours, I get 40 by 60. And this is the time. So my speed V1 for the part AB was 20 kilometers per hour. And my speed V2 was 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, so these are the speeds. And my time T1 was 20 minutes. So converting into hours, we get 20 by 60 hours. And T2 is 40 by 60 hours. So this is V1, V2, this is T1 and T2. Now, can you see what happened? This is V1, this is V2, this is T1, and this is T2. This is T1, and this is T2. That means what is this? V1 into T1 plus V2 T2 upon T1 plus T2. And this is nothing but the formula of weighted arithmetic mean, where the role of these weights are played by the time. Are you able to realize it? So this time, in this example, which I considered, we were given our speeds for the two parts of the distances or the total path we traveled, we were given different speed, V1 and V2. And we had time, T1 and T2. So when we had to calculate the average speed, we were actually using these formulas. We could not simply put 60 kilometers per hour because we are not traveling for 1 hour. We were not traveling for 1 hour. We could have directly written, since in the first part it was 20 kilometers per hour. So we could have written 20 kilometers in the first AB part, and for the BC part, we could have written 60 kilometers. But this is happening for 1 hour. 1 hour. If the time was 1 hour, then we could have traveled 20 kilometers, maintaining this constant speed. But this is not happening. We didn't travel for 1 hour for the part AB. We just traveled for 20 minutes to cover AB. Okay. So we just traveled for 20 minutes. And in 20 minutes, we covered the part of AB. With that speed of 20 kilometers per hour, I'm again and again repeating, with that speed of 20 kilometers per hour, we just traveled for 20 minutes, not for 1 hour. And in that 20 minutes, we covered AB part. So we can't simply substitute 20 kilometers when we haven't even traveled that distance. So to calculate the exact distance for that part AB, we had to use that unitary method. And because of that, we were getting the distance of AB. Similarly, for the part BC, we could not ride 60 kilometers because we are not traveling for 1 hour. We were just traveling for 40 minutes. And in that 40 minutes, we have covered the distance 40 kilometers. So we need to find the actual distance to calculate the total distance so that we can finally calculate our average speed. And in order to calculate that average speed, what we did, we calculated total distance, total time. And in order to calculate total distance, we had to apply the unitary methods. And we found out that what we just did was nothing but calculating the weighted arithmetic mean, but with respect to time. The reason I'm mentioning here time, because in this example, we were given speed and time. So we had to use those two things to calculate our average speed. Using speed and time, we found the distance. So if you already know the weighted arithmetic mean, or if you don't know, then you can Google it of course. So you will see that average speed is also a type of average. And what is the category name? It is weighted arithmetic mean with respect to time. Weighted arithmetic mean, I have written the definition as well. Weighted arithmetic mean says that it is an average where certain data points count more than others. Or in simple language, when all the data points don't hold equal importance. They have some weight. They have their some contribution. They have some contribution of their own. So you can't just weigh them equally. They don't hold equal weights. They have their different weights. Weights mean that they have a different importance, basically. So when time is given, when speed is given, average speed becomes weighted arithmetic mean. I've written the formula for that as well. Average speed. And I have proved this formula using this example. This example. Okay. But it is not necessary that to calculate average speed, every time you are given speed and time. It could have been possible that I was provided distance and speed. And you know the relation speed equals to distance upon time. So you have this relation. And using this relation, you can find out the other. For example, if you are given speed, then and you are given distance, then how to calculate the time? You can just do the inverse, bring it in the denominator, and this is V. time. So now consider example number 2. But in this example, we'll not be taking exact numbers or some figures. It is just going to show you what I am trying to do, because I just proved that average speed is weighted arithmetic mean when time is given. But if this is the distance AB and this is Q, this is distance D1 and this is D2, and you are covering this AB distance with the speed V1 and BC distance with the speed V2. So what is the total distance? Total distance is nothing but D1 plus D2, right? And what is the total time? Now you don't have the time specifically given, but you have the speed, you have the distance, so you can calculate time using the formula distance upon time. So let this time be T1 to cover the part AB, and let this time be T2. Now you have T1. You need to calculate T1. You have D1 and you have V1. Speed. This is speed. For the part AB, you have D1 and the speed V1. So you can substitute in the formula D1, 1 V1. Similarly, for the part BC, you have the speed V2 and the distance is D2. The time is given by D2 upon V2. So how will you calculate average speed in this case? You just need to substitute D1 plus D2 total distance upon total time. And this formula is nothing but weighted harmonic mean, which is another type of average. This is weighted harmonic mean, but this time the weights are the role of weights is played by distance. The role of weights is played by distance. When we were having time, or when we were provided with time and speed, at that time, the average speed was weighted arithmetic mean with respect to time. And this is not a surprise that you can change your formula as per your convenience, or you can see, of course, you will be getting the same answer. And jumping from distance to time is not a big deal. You just need to use the formula speed equals to distance upon time. Using this formula, you know well that you can change this formula of weighted arithmetic mean with respect to time to this formula of weighted harmonic mean with respect to distance, because this time the role of the weights is played by distance. So we have figured out the type of average speed is. When time was given and speed was given, our average speed was weighted arithmetic mean. But when distance is given and speed is given, and then we need to calculate average speed, then the formula is of weighted harmonic mean, but distance, it is distance weighted. That means the role of the weights is played by the distance. S1 or SI denote the segments. That means you have a distance AB and you have broken that distance in various segments, S1, S2. These are tiny segments. These are distances. So, and S1 plus S2 and till Sn, you have just broken the complete distance AB in small distances, which are denoted by S1, S2, and the total distance or the total segment is just AB. Okay, so this is the distance. This is the speed in each segment. This is A1, A2. So AA1, in the AA1 speed is V1 and A1, A2 speed is V2, and this is the final formula. So far we have understood the formula and we have also figured out that the category of average speed. We have come to know this till now. Now, what do you actually understand by average speed? For this, I have prepared a small story for you